information, you make your best decisions. But then don't hold yourself out as the number one expert in the country. And he's very squirrely. When he's challenged by Rand Paul and others about this, I never did. And yet when he talks, there's a level of sanctimony and intolerance. He says, look, I'm not the expert on the economy. Okay, should sports be opened up? Absolutely not. Should schools be opened up? Absolutely not. Should this be opened up? That can, this can't, that can. What about the economy? It's inconvenient. I understand. I'm sorry. Of course, he's making decisions about everything, or he wants to influence everything. Why do you think the Democrats have hanged their hat on Fauci? Because they're power hungry. The Democrat Party has always been power hungry. And in many respects, it's been evil. Very, very evil. Whether it's slavery or segregation. The Republican Party has never stood for slavery or segregation. Whether it's Jim Crow or literacy tests or poll taxes. Republican Party has never stood for these things. Democratic socialism. Republican Party has never stood for democratic socialism. It's the Democrat Party that is a party of hate, a party of poverty, a party of corruption. And I've got a lot of problems with the Republican Party. But as a matter of fundamental principles, the Democrat Party has been way outside the norm of this country. Well, Mark, it did this, it did. I didn't say it didn't do some good things under some good people. I said its very existence was to promote slavery. That's its early origin. I think it's important that we have a comprehensive look at this. Follow the science. Okay. I'll follow the science of Dr. Katz. No, not that science. How about the group at Stanford? There's a smart bit. No, not that science. How about the retired expert from Rockefeller College? No, not him. Oxford, not that. Columbia, no. Dr. Fauci. Follow his science. I'll be right back.
Mark Levin.
If you and your family are finding yourself at home with extra time on your hands these days, I know an excellent way to fill it. Take a free online course from Hillsdale College. Hillsdale offers dozens of online courses on topics including the U.S. Constitution, economics, history, and literature. Right in your own home, on demand, and absolutely free of charge. Hillsdale students learn the inspiring history of America. Now you can too, with Hillsdale's newest free online course, The Great American Story, A Land of Hope. Learning and teaching our children about America's past is essential for preserving liberty in the future. Register right now to take this free online course, The Great American Story. It's a production masterpiece, and it paints a picture of America as a land of hope, founded on high principles. This course and dozens of others on a variety of topics are available to you and your family for free right now. Go to levinforhillsdale.com, Levin for Hillsdale.com.
I'll tell you what, if the government sector was more affected by all this through heavy furloughs, you'd see a very different reaction from our government scientists. I'll give you an example. I'm not proposing this, by the way. I'm just going to give you an example. The fastest way to open our schools, you start furloughing teachers. Furlough teachers. Now, most contracts don't permit it. Maybe some do. But if you want to see calls for opening our schools, that's how that'll happen. So when you have certain parts of our society that are literally immune from this basic house arrest mentality, they don't have a problem with it. People are going to get paid. Not all, but too many. People are going to get paid, going to have their pensions, going to have their medical care. But unfortunately, when you're in the private sector and you're running a restaurant or you're running a hair salon or a nail salon or on and on and on, you have a franchise like a Subway's or a McDonald's, it doesn't work that way. You're out, you're out. You're out, you're out. And so you can see at least two divides within our economy. Those who receive government stipends or government salaries, and those who don't. And those who don't are raising their voices and protesting because their lives are being destroyed. Follow the science, Dr. Fauci. Follow the science. Now, Dr. Fauci, he doesn't wear a mask. I haven't seen the guy wear a mask yet. They keep talking about the president, these nimrods in the media. And how come you don't wear a mask? He's the president, you idiot. Now, I don't see Dr. Fauci wearing masks, wearing gloves. Does anybody else? The only thing he's hunkering down is in front of TV cameras. But no, we're not going to criticize Dr. Fauci. No. Follow the science. I am. I'm trying to follow. Not that science, the other science, you idiot. Oh. Saving money has never been more important. But what more can you do to add money to your budget? How about refinance your mortgage? That can do a hell of a lot. It's a viable solution that may save you up to $1,000 a month. That's right, $1,000 a month. Now, here's how it works. You call an American Financing mortgage consultant for a free mortgage review. No obligation or upfront fees, no pressure, just a simple, calm conversation around which a loan program may be a better fit for you. Now, because rates have never been this low, and they won't be this low again, not anytime in the near future, chances are you can benefit. Now, it could mean a lower monthly payment and tens of thousands of dollars in long-term savings. So don't put this off any longer. Make the 10-minute call to American Financing now and see how much you can save. You can even be able to postpone 2 mortgage payments. 888-900-1828. That's their number. Here we go again. 888-900-1828. Or you can apply online at AmericanFinancing.net.
American Financing, NMLS 182334, www.nmlsconsumeraccess.org.
Mm-hmm. I've given you a lot to think about, but I think it's all very, very important. Why did the Senate hold a hearing today? What was accomplished in the hearing today? What did we, the American people, learn from this hearing today? Lamar Alexander and the Democrats? All they did was attack the president. Can you think of a public official, an elected public official, who's done more for this country? Not just generally, but in the last several months to address this than the president of the United States? Done more to get the testing updated and upgraded because of the CDC and the NIAID, Dr. Fauci's organization, failed us? Can you think of a president who's done more to back up failed state governments, Democrats for the most part, in New York, New Jersey, California, Illinois, Michigan, providing them with basics like masks and gloves, ventilators, even beds if they need them? These are the responsibility of the states, not the president. Can you think of more boneheaded moves than that of Andrew Cuomo, putting people with corona-positive tests into nursing homes? Same with the idiot in New Jersey and the idiot in California. I'll be right back.
From the Westwood One Podcast Network.
He's here. Now, broadcasting from the underground command post, deep in the bowels of a hidden bunker, somewhere under the brick and steel of a nondescript building, we've once again made contact with our leader, Mark Levin.
Our number, 877-381-3811, 877-381-3811. Well, the judge in the Flynn case, Emmett Sullivan, has postponed a decision, I guess. Although I don't know what the hell the problem is on the decision of the Department of Justice to drop the charges against and to drop the case against Michael Flynn. If the judge is of a mind to take some kind of an unprecedented action to reject or question the position of the Department of Justice. The Department of Justice is not required to prosecute it, period. And he can't order it to do so either. If he does, then he should be impeached. The executive branch doesn't have to tolerate a rogue federal judge either. It's an equal branch. Now, there was a lot of real demagoguery on display at this hearing today. It was really disgusting, whether it's Elizabeth Warren or Bernie Sanders or Patty Murray and on and on and on. But I want you to listen to Mitt Romney on Capitol Hill today. I want the people of Utah in particular to listen to this man. Mitt Romney has contributed nothing during the course of the last several months. In fact, Mitt Romney joined the Democrats in distracting the American people in Washington from what was taking place in China and what eventually came to be the Wuhan China virus here in the United States. Compare him to, say, Tom Cotton, who at the very same time where Mitt Romney was demanding more witnesses, and John Bolton among others, and voted for it, and voted for one count of impeachment against the President of the United States to remove him from office. The only senator to vote to remove a president of his own party from office in the history of the country, for which he was celebrated by the Washington Post, by CNN, and he did interviews. He taped interviews prior to his vote. Mitt Romney wanted John Bolton. He wanted witnesses at the time when this virus was breaking out and at the time when the President of the United States put out an order preventing immigrants, visitors, travel to and from communist China. Because he didn't know, and they didn't know the extent of this, so he immediately put the brakes on it very, very wisely. And eventually, the European Union, the same thing. Mitt Romney wouldn't have had the guts to do any of this stuff. Mitt Romney's playing politics all the time. Mitt Romney's playing to the press all the time. So let's listen to this. Cut 4, go.
Admiral Giroir, I'm going to take off where Senator Hassan spoke. I understand that politicians are going to frame data in a way that's most positive politically. Of course, I don't expect that from admirals. But yesterday you celebrated that we had done more tests and more tests per capita even than South Korea. But you ignored the fact that they accomplished theirs at the beginning of the outbreak while we treaded water during February and March.
Whoa. We treaded water? We tread water? That's not my point. Tell me, ladies and gentlemen, did the private sector, our labs, our pharmaceutical companies, were they treading water during February and March? Were GM and Ford, when they were retooling to build ventilators, were they treading water during February and March? You see, this is the benefit of being a senator. You have no executive responsibilities whatsoever, none. And you can pontificate and spin and lie to your heart's desire, particularly when you're targeting the very people for whom this responsibility rests. This is a pandemic, and by its very nature, it is overwhelming. It devours societies. You can be better prepared rather than not prepared, but you can never be fully prepared. And so it is crass politics for Romney, who's been AWOL, to then point to this admiral and talk about, well, South Korea had tests early on. You want to know why South Korea had tests early on, Mr. Producer? Because after the SARS flu, South Korea had prepared better, not perfectly, better for the next pandemic. Well, what Romney doesn't mention is that the Obama administration didn't prepare at all. Mr. Fauci, the CDC and its tests, they weren't in place. They learned nothing from the SARS contagion. So if Romney really wants to be serious, and he doesn't, go back even further. They had tests, and yet in 60 days' time,